Yeah, like you said, my name is Zach Amon, and I am a big fan of TikTok. Any TikTok fans in here? Yeah, a couple. Yeah. I know. It's Chinese, it's icky, but hey, it's a lot of fun. What are you gonna do? I love TikTok, personally. One of my favorite things here lately on TikTok are following a bunch of people with Tourette's. Like, that's a lot of fun. And the irony is not lost on me that there's a bunch of people with Tourette's on an app called TikTok. I think that is the funniest thing in the world. My favorite thing, though, right now on TikTok are the single moms dancing half naked with the kid in the back. I like that. I like these women, because they're putting it out there. They're like, look at me, I'm fun, I'm sexy. Like, yeah, I have a kid and a crippling TikTok addiction. And it's up to you to decide which red flag is worse. Yeah? And for me, I'm like, it's that swastika tattoo. What have I done here? Where am I? What lane of TikTok is this? This is crazy. But there's always some douchebag in the comments of those videos that writes, that's someone's daughter. Every time, it never fails. Anytime you find that video, you'll see someone inevitably comments, that's someone's daughter. And that stuff only ever applies to stuff like that, like sex work, stripping, dancing half naked in front of your kid. Like, you don't see a woman win a Nobel Peace Prize and someone in the back like, that's someone's daughter. Up there winning a Nobel Peace Prize. Yeah. And for dudes, it only applies to us when we die, you know? They were like, that was somebody's son. That was somebody's son who died in that submarine, you know? It's like Jeffrey Dahmer was somebody's son, who was also eating somebody's son. But at least he wasn't a stripper, because that's someone's daughter, and that's fucked up, right, ladies? Yeah. Crazy. TikTok has made me realize something about myself that I didn't know about myself. And that is, I'm really into cute girls who fart. That's just a weird lane of TikTok I have found myself on. I have found this channel called Girls Who Fart, and I haven't looked back. I don't know what it is. I think it's very funny, and for some reason I get a boner. I don't know what it is. But I'm having to go to therapy to process this, you know? It's crazy. I know I look like a dad. I want to get that clear. I know I look kind of like a dad, but I'm not. I prefer to be a daddy kind of a thing. But, you know, I get a lot of people being like, oh, do you have kids? You look like you have kids. I don't. And I don't have kids because I would be a really good dad, and I don't want to ruin that for the rest of you guys. Like, that's just what it is. Like, I would be so good. Like, your kid would come home from my house, and he'd be like, well, at Mr. Amon's house, they have an 80-inch television. And you'd be like, well, go live in Mr. Amon's house. And I would accept your child into my home. And I'd raise him better than you ever did. So I'd be a really good dad. I don't really want kids, because I don't want kids. I've never really wanted kids. I've hung out with a lot of awful kids in my day. Has anybody ever hung out with, like, awful kids? Just, like, unruly, spoiled bastards. You know, you hang out with any... Do you ever hang out with kids that make you have sympathy for Casey Anthony? Like, that's just... You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, I get it. I absolutely 100% understand where you're coming from. You know, if I could do the same thing to my cousins, it would happen in a heartbeat. You know? But no, if I did have kids, though, I think it would be fun to have kids with... Like, I'm into black women, so it would be fun to have kids with, like, a black lady. I think that would be cool, you know? Because black people, they're, like, the coolest, most athletic group of people. And I'm Japanese, so we're, like, the smartest group of people. Combined, that's a pretty fucking deadly combo right there, you know? That's a good group. That's pretty sweet, you know? We'd be making the Nikes and stealing them at the same time. That's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet. No, the real actual reason I don't want kids is because of the times we live in. We live in, you know, these weird times, and, like, mainly it's social media that freaks me out. Like, I don't want my kids on social media. And it's because I don't want them to get on social media and see who I'm following on social media. You know what I mean? I don't want my kid to come in and be like, Dad, why are you looking at girls who fart on TikTok? This is disgusting. What are you doing? And I'm just like, go to your room, you're grounded, no more phones. We are Amish for the rest of our lives, forever. Get a buggy and a horse. I was talking to my grandma recently. My grandma, she just fell recently and actually, like, did some damage on her hip and stuff. And, you know, I felt terrible. So I called her to let her know how I felt, you know, and we were talking. And my grandma's a very devout Christian lady, like, always has been, like, you know, and I made the mistake of swearing in front of her, and my grandma hates swearing. Like, she despises swearing. She thinks it's, like, one of the worst things people can do. She hates it. She thinks it's the sign of an unintelligent person. And I accidentally swore because I was like, oh shit, Grandma, I'm glad you're okay. You know, I felt bad that she fell. And she was like, oh, Zach, why do you say that? Why do you have to swear like that? It makes you sound so unintelligent. And I'm just like, shut up, bitch. Thank you, guys. I am one of your hosts this evening. My name is Zach Amon.